First Lady Redundant here, and I am in the kitchen. And today I am cooking up items for a breakfast brunch or like a holiday brunch. And so the thing that I'm going to cook right now is something that I really love to do and my kids love it. It is called sausage biscuit treats. And I got this recipe from a wonderful lady named Miss Elaine at our church, and when she made it, we just fell in love with the recipe, and I have been making it ever since. So I want to start with the few ingredients that it requires. The first thing is it's going to be pork sausage, and I've already opened it up and cut part of it off, and so I'm just going to take it right to the sink, right to the stove here, and I am going to just open that up. And I am going to just begin to chop up this sausage and let it brown. And we're going to add this to the sausage biscuit treats. And so what it really requires, and I'm going to just kind of let this, as it cooks, I'm going to let it brown. And then we'll listen for it, and I'll come back and I'll just keep talking to you about the other ingredients as this cooks. So let's go back over here. And what it requires for this recipe is you're going to use some flaky biscuits, the refrigerator biscuits, and these are the Pillsbury flaky layers biscuits. And so the first thing I want to do is I just want to make sure that they hopefully won't stick. So I'm going to spray my pan liberally, and this is just a 12-count muffin tin. And so then the next thing you do, and this takes a little bit of work, but it's really fun to do this. You could do this even with your kids, with your friends, your family members. And I'm just going to try to open up a little bit of this parchment paper that I have here. And I'm going to use it because I want to try to see if I could spread it out and use it for the countertop here. So as we go forward, I'm just going to spread it out because you're going to have to spread out the dough for this. And so I'm going to cut, and I may do a double since this one had a little bit of a tear. So let me just kind of double up on this, and I'm just going to, you need something where you can kind of spread out the dough and flatten it out and roll out the dough for these biscuits. So that's pretty much what you're going to be doing. So I'll move this wax paper over. Now I'm going to try to open up the biscuits. I see that our sausage is cooking. Let me try to open up this one little can of biscuits really quickly for you. And we'll begin to kind of roll out this dough. You hear that pop? When you hear that pop, you know that your biscuits are open. Your can of biscuits is open. And because these are flaky layers, and one of the reasons why I like to use the flaky layers is because you can actually get away with making a lot of these with just one can. And the reason for that, I'm going to spray this wax paper so that the biscuit dough does not stick. So you can see, and I'm just going to show you this really quickly, and I'll go back over and check the sausage, but you can see these flaky layers. And the wonderful thing about these flaky layers is you can make several of these just by splitting up these flaky layers of this biscuit dough. And so I'm just going to do that, and I'm just going to separate them because I want to have enough to fill up 12. Because I want to make 12 of these cute little sausage biscuit treats. And sometimes, like for example, as this one does, as the dough gets softer, it's harder to separate. So you'll just move to the next biscuit and just keep separating as you go. And so once I get to the number that I want to have, then 3, 6, 9, and I have pretty much enough to have 12. And so then I can actually add to the ones that I think may be a little bit thin, like perhaps that one, okay, and perhaps this one. So I have 12 right here. So I'm going to go over here and check on our sausage. we're gonna add this sausage to this cooked sausage to our sausage biscuit treats. And this is so easy to do. You know, around the holidays, you're with your family and everybody's hanging out in the kitchen. And when it's time to have a meal, you guys want to have a nice breakfast or brunch. Perhaps you don't want to get up really early and cook breakfast. Well, you can, you know, cook all of this and let this be a really nice brunch for you and your family to enjoy. So this sausage is just cooking nicely, and as you can see, I'm just kind of mashing it because I don't want huge chunks with our biscuits and our sausage biscuit treats. We just want kind of really chopped smaller pieces of this cooked pork sausage. And you can use, you know, something else if you choose. You could use turkey sausage if you want to make a healthier version of these sausage biscuit treats, or you can use ham. But you know, either way, just make it to where you and your family can eat it and enjoy it during this holiday. So I'm just going to continue to let that simmer. As you can see, it's pretty much almost fully brown. So I'm just going to let it continue to simmer there. Let it cook. This is a really good pan here, this skillet. It really cooks really fast, so it doesn't take very long at all. So I'm just going to turn the fire down and let this continue to cook. It's just going to continue to simmer while I show you how to do this dough, okay? So let me wash my hands really quickly. All right, now, I like to spray the dough a little bit because I'm going to use my rolling pin. Isn't this fun, using your rolling pin? Nothing says holidays like bringing out the rolling pin, right? And you can even spray your rolling pin a little bit too if you don't want it to stick. And so this is the easiest way for me. So I've really kind of liberally sprayed the muffin tin. And so now we're just going to spread out these biscuit layers here. And you just kind of want to flatten it to where it gets about the size to where you can actually lay it flat in the muffin tin just like that. And I'm going to do one more for you. And as you can see, this dough gets soft really fast, almost immediately as you start to pull it out of the refrigerator. So I'm just going to show you one more. Now, so now that I've showed you how to do your muffin tin, your biscuit dough in your muffin tin, I'm just going to show you very quickly the filling that I'm going to use for these sausage biscuit treats. And just going to crack a couple of eggs here. One. And here's one more. Try not to get any of that eggshell in there. All right, so I'm just going to whisk this. And you only need just 2 eggs here, because you're going to see in just a second, I'm going to add the cheese. This is just a little bit of mild cheddar, shredded cheese. So I'm going to add that and whisk that. And then I'm going to add the sausage once it gets done. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take a little bit of a break. I'm going to finish rolling out the dough and putting all of it into this pan here, and I will bring it all back together and show you how it looks before we put it in the oven. All right, get ready. I'm back, and I have finished putting the dough, the biscuit dough, in the muffin tins for my sausage biscuit treats. And as you can see, you just kind of spread them out across the bottom here. And I'm almost ready to put the filling in. My sausage has cooked, but first I want to show you just very quickly how I do just some black peppered bacon. This is Applewood smoked bacon. And I love this because I can spread it out on my cookie sheet that I have lined with foil. And I basically just, you know, choose however many slices I want based upon how many slices I think that my family will eat. And so at this point, I probably will do about 6 to 8 slices. That's 5. And I'm just gonna bake this bacon in the oven. Instead of frying it, I'm just going to bake it. So, all right, so we have about 8 pieces, and I might have room for one more if I kind of scoot these down. So I'm just going to add one more slice of this Applewood smoked bacon. And it's gonna be really good because I'm baking it. But I wanna show you just how I add just black pepper to it. I'm just making some Applewood smoked bacon with black pepper. So I'm just gonna put that in the oven here shortly and let that bake off, and it's gonna be really good, and we'll drain the fat off. All right, so now I'll set that to the side. Now we are ready to show you how to basically assemble the sausage biscuit treats. And so you add the sausage to the egg and the cheese mixture, and you just kind of stir it. And this is cooked sausage, of course, and we're just gonna spoon it into our little dough mixture. And once we do that, set that over, we're going to have some great, very, very cute sausage biscuit treats. So I'm just going to start filling in each one. And these will cook really quickly because the dough is very thin, so you'll have to watch them and hopefully just kind of babysit them a little bit so that they don't scorch too badly on the bottom. So I have enough filling, and once I make sure I have every one of them filled, then I can go back and add more to the ones that possibly didn't quite get enough. But it looks like they're all pretty much filled where they need to be. So I'm just scraping this as much as possible and filling in where I can. And if you want to add even more cheese, you can just put a little more cheese. These are like sausage biscuit treats with cheese, sausage, egg, and that wonderful flaky biscuit dough that we've used. So this is a really easy recipe you can enjoy with your family. Even possibly let the kids come in and help with it as well. So now that I've gotten everything pretty much done with the cheese on top, then I'm just gonna take this right to the oven, and I may have to move some stuff around because I'm cooking some other things that really connect with this great brunch. As you can see, my eggs are cooking nicely. They're not quite done yet, but they are cooking nicely. And I'll just move them over a little bit, and I'm gonna put this on the top rack because I don't want them to burn on the bottom rack. So there you have it. I have put the sausage biscuit treats in, and I'm gonna put the bacon in the oven shortly. And when it's all done, I'll pull it all out, and you'll be able to see this wonderful brunch, breakfast, holiday brunch that we've put together. We are back, and it is time to pull our sausage biscuit treats out of the oven. As you can see, they are beautifully browned, and the cheese is melted. You can see that sausage in there, and I'm just going to pull out one and plate it and let you see just how good these are. And they should just pop right out for you. See how nice and brown they are. And the egg has cooked, and you have the sausage with the cheese. And I'm just gonna try one. It's really, really hot, but you can see I just used that flaky biscuit dough. That's really hot. That is good. Sausage biscuit treats. It screams holiday brunch. We have been cooking, and so I'm ready to show you this black pepper bacon that I have baked in the oven, and I've drained off the fat. And so these will go nicely with our sausage biscuit treats and whatever else you have that you want to cook with your bacon and with your sausage biscuit treats. I'm just gonna transfer this bacon over to this plate with the paper towel so that it'll kind of drain the fat a little bit more. But as you can see that wonderful ground black pepper, and this is a peppery bacon, so it's gonna be savory with this applewood smoked bacon with the black pepper. So that's the bacon. And as you let me pick one if it's not too hot. All right, I'll pick one and taste it. But I don't have to tell you, you know how good bacon is with anything. So I hope that you make this recipe, the sausage biscuit treats, and enjoy with your family. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and share this video. And most of all, be blessed.